Have you ever ended a week wondering, I was busy every single day, so why does it feel like nothing important actually got done? If that's you, you're not alone. One of the biggest mistakes business owners make isn't lack of motivation. It isn't lack of ideas, and it's definitely not because they aren't working hard enough. The real problem, they have goals, but they don't have the operational plan. Without operational planning, your business runs on reaction instead of intention. Today, I'm going to show you exactly what operational planning is and why it's one of the most overlooked management skills and how you can use it to create clarity, consistency, and sustainable growth. And before we jump in, make sure you subscribe because every Tuesday I release practical business trainings designed to help entrepreneurs and business owners build businesses that scale without chaos. So let's dive in. Most people hear planning and immediately think about business plans or strategic planning, but operational planning is completely different. Think of business management at three different levels. Level one is your vision, level two is strategy, level three is operations. Level one is the vision on where we are actually going. What's the future we're going to try to build? That's your business vision. Level two is a strategy on determining how we are going to get there. It includes your marketing strategy, sales strategy, financial strategy. And level three, the operations, is what is actually happening today. What gets completed this week? Who owns each task? And how do we know if we're making progress? Operational planning bridges the gap between the vision and the execution. It's the system that transforms big ideas into repeatable daily actions. Without it, goals stay goals. Project stalls and teams become confused and business owners become extremely overwhelmed. Now that we know what operational planning is, let's talk about why so many businesses struggle without it. I've worked with organizations of all sizes, from startups to municipalities to enterprise organizations. And regardless of the size, the problems are almost always the same. There's no priorities. Everything feels urgent. Nothing actually is. There's constant fires that you have to extinguish. Instead of preventing problems, they're solving the same ones every single week. Projects never finish. The ideas start, the momentum disappears, but nothing actually gets completed. Employees lack the clarity. Who's responsible? What's the deadline? What's the expectation? Nobody knows. Leadership becomes reactive, and instead of leading the business, they're responding to emails, putting out fires, answering questions, making decisions everyone else should already know. And that is exhausting. Eventually, it becomes burnout. Operational planning prevents all of this. So, what actually belongs inside an operational plan? I want to break this down and help you out here. Every operational plan should answer 6 simple questions. Question number 1, what are we accomplishing? Be specific. Don't say we want to grow, but instead say something like we want to launch our website by August 30th, or we will onboard 5 new consulting clients this quarter. That clarity matters. Number 2 is really defining who owns it. The ownership eliminates confusion. Every project should have one primary owner. Not everyone, not one person, because when everyone owns something, nobody truly owns it. 3, talk about what tasks are required. Break large project into smaller milestones. Instead of launch a website, you're actually going to break it down by creating and designing a homepage, writing the content, reviewing the branding, connect the forms, test mobile version, launch. Smaller steps create the momentum, and it actually will show you that you're making a difference. It will show you that you're actually accomplishing something. Step number 4, what resources are actually needed? Do you need software? Do you need templates, budget, training, automation? People often underestimate this step. Planning resources ahead saves enormous amount of time later. Number 5, what is the timeline? Every task needs deadlines. Not say, just do it whenever you get to it, or I need an SAP. Deadlines create pressure because deadlines create clarity. Without dates, everything becomes I'll do it later. And no one knows when it's actually due until it's too late. And then you add more pressure, unnecessary pressure on yourself, but also on your team. Number 6, talk about how will success be measured? How do you know you're winning? What does your revenue look like? Your clients, your lead generation, time saved, project completed, employee satisfaction. Success needs to be measured because otherwise we're always thinking about the negative. Success needs to be measured so we can celebrate the things that actually got accomplished. Operational planning requires those measurable outcomes as well. So now let's talk about something that completely changes operational planning, the systems. Systems make operational planning sustainable. Here's where most entrepreneurs make another mistake. They plan, but they recreate the plan every single week. That's exhausting. Instead, build systems, document recurring processes, create checklists, develop SOPs, build the dashboards, automate repetitive work. When systems support your operational plan, planning becomes easier every single week. That's why I often say you don't have a time problem, but you have a systems problem. The better your systems, the less mental energy you spend remembering everything. The more time you spend actually leading your business becomes so much more valuable to you and your team. Operational planning becomes much easier when it's built on a strong business foundation. So let's talk about that. Operational planning starts with the foundation. That is exactly why I created the Optima Foundations. Operational planning isn't something you do in isolation. It depends on several foundational pillars working together. Your vision foundation defines where you're going. Your operations foundations helps you organize your priorities, calendars, workflows, and time. Your process foundation ensures you have every recurring activity documented as a system. Your leadership foundation creates accountability so everyone understands expectations. Without these simple foundations, operational planning becomes guesswork. With them, everything begins working together. That's how businesses become scalable, not because they're working harder, but because they're operating intentionally. So, where do you begin if your business is currently feeling reactive? Here's the process I recommend. Set aside 1 hour, just one, and then answer these questions. What are the 3 biggest priorities this month? What projects actually move the business forward? What recurring work could become a documented process? What keeps interrupting your day? Where are decisions slowing down? What should be delegated? And write all of this down. Then organize it. Assign ownership, create timelines, schedule review meetings, repeat it every month. Over time, your operational planning becomes your operating system. Operational planning isn't about creating more paperwork. It's about creating more clarity because clarity creates confidence and confidence creates that consistent execution. When your vision, your operations, and your processes and your leadership all work together, growth becomes much more predictable. That's when business starts feeling less chaotic and a whole lot more intentional and actually a lot more fun. If you're ready to strengthen the operational foundation of your business, I've created several free resources to help. Start with a free business foundation assessment to identify the biggest opportunities in your business and receive a personalized action plan. You can also explore the Operations Foundation, where you'll find practical templates, planners, workflows, and implementation guides designed to help you organize your business and operate with confidence. I've linked everything in the description below for you to get started today. And if you found today's training valuable, give it a thumbs up, subscribe to the channel, and share it with another entrepreneur or business owner who feels like they're constantly busy but not making the progress they want. Thank you so much for watching, and I will see you next Tuesday for another business training designed to help you build a foundation today so you can scale tomorrow and actually be able to spend time on what you want to focus on. I'll see you next time.